Good afternoon. Today is my first day of giving out opinion on certain matters that's currently happening in the Philippine society. As a Filipino citizen, as a sociologist, as a student of law, it is my opinion that we need to fight disinformation, misinformation, and fake news. And this afternoon, I am guided by the words of the great journalist and writer, novelist, George Orwell, when he said that in time where lie pervades, telling the truth is a revolutionary thing. So this afternoon, I'll be talking about the power of narratives and how those people in power wants to control narratives so that it would be beneficial to them, and how they use the bloggers behind them, those people who has a lot of opinion on matters that is very much important in Philippine society, but in a way the philosophy, the idea behind their opinion are skewed, not to truth, but to the power of the lens, the ideological tools that they use. So to begin with, again, narratives are very much powerful. It is powerful because whoever controls the narrative controls the story behind certain events, controls the people who believe it. So that's why truth, the story, the narratives are very much a place of contention, a place where conflict happens. Because there are events, and these events unfolds, but the reality of those events are being molded and being shaped by different people who has a stake on the narrative, the story behind the event. So before these narratives, these stories behind the unfolding of events are being controlled by people in power through the method of censorship. They disallow narratives that would hurt their reputation, their identity, their personality. That's why during the dark period of martial law, only one source of information, and that is Malacanang, who should be proven as truth or taken as truth by the masses. So when democracy is brought back, people now has the power to tell and express what is in their mind, their thoughts, and their opinion on certain matters. And because of that, everybody can talk. Like me, I'm talking now about my opinion. But again, these are all opinions. They're not proof as to the veracity of certain matters. But through the rise of information society, we are now bombarded by a lot of narratives. These narratives that are created by bloggers, people who have a lot of opinion and have the gall and the face to talk about their opinion. The problem is the opinion that they have on certain matters are being presented in such a way that they are facts. But we know that they are not facts. Why? Because facts does not have any room for question. Facts are already been proven, as the backings of evidence, as the backing of evidentiary matters, be it scientific or legal in nature. And the thing is, when we present our opinions as facts and people, the masses, our followers believe them to be facts. It controls their idea on certain matters. It controls their way of life. It controls the meaning that they attach on certain events. And when it controls them, whoever has the power of narrative controls what people would do after they have taken into account the information that they have. Let me give you an example. If people believe that ABS-CBN did indeed create or have a lot of criminal offense by violating some provisions of their franchise, they would support the closure of ABS-CBN. But if it's already been proven that there are no violations of the franchise that has been committed by ABS-CBN, definitely people would support bringing back or giving back franchise to ABS-CBN. And that is technically my problem at this point of time. There are a lot of misinformation, those who are peddling misinformation to be able to control the minds of the masses. And again, as a sociologist, I am reminded by Pierre Bourdieu, a French sociologist, that as a sociologist, my role is probably to furnish weapons than to give lesson. Weapons that people, the masses, can use to liberate themselves from those people who wants to control them. Our aim is to give freedom, justice, and a frame of mind that is critical and is not being controlled by whoever's in power. Thank you, and thank you for listening.